Another recommendation I would have, well, this is also advice. Um, Pick games when you're first starting off that you really know a lot about and they're kind of short, or if they're longer, make sure they're like very interesting and very actiony, not like Final Fantasy is a very bad first game to Let's Play, and to be honest, it takes a lot of editing to make it interesting and some really good commentary. So, I mean, even people who've been doing Let's Plays for a long time, Final Fantasy is really difficult to make interesting. Um, so generally pick a game that is that you know a lot about and is also very interesting in like action type game. Yeah. Okay. My recording randomly stopped. That's always lovely. As I was saying, just be yourself. People don't like people who are trying to act like other people. Yeah. And because that's just generally annoying and such. So just be who you are and say things the way you say things. Don't be all like technical y about it and stuff. Um, and when you're doing commentary, I find like if you run out of things to say, one, it's okay for there to be like silence for like a minute or two. Don't feel like you have to be talking every second of every single video because that'll just get annoying and it's pretty obvious when you're just trying to fill space. Um, it's okay to just let the game talk for itself sometimes. Um, and also, if you run out of things to say and you absolutely feel like you need to say something, don't start babbling about absolutely nothing. Try to think of something you know about the game, like an interesting fact about, when it was produced, or inspirations for it, or, you know, like critique of its level design, or whatever. Like, in my System Shock Let's Play, I did a lot of being like, oh, and all the voice acting in this game was mostly done by amateurs and things like that. And I kind of threw out random interesting facts that are related to the game just because, well, I wanted you guys to know them. And it adds an interesting level into the gameplay, and it's not just you going, oh, I'm just filling space here. Blah, blah, blah. And the most important thing is don't let bad comments get you down because especially as a beginning let's player, you're gonna get some really big jackasses telling you that you suck or you're annoying or you're really boring. And even when you're really popular and if you get like 10 billion subs or whatever, you're still gonna have the people who come along and tell you that you're shit. But don't let that worry you because they're just one person and it's like if you're really that shit, would you have this many subscribers? And it's just like that's just one person's opinion and just ignore it because there's always going to be idiots out there being idiots. So don't even bother responding to them. I generally just block them because I don't want to get 5 billion you suck comments. Just ignore them, really, is what I learned. Because they don't matter. And that's basically all the advice I have. Or recommendations or whatever. The next user and question is, the user is Shun Sagia. I hope I said your name right. If not, I'm sorry. I suck. And he asked if I preferred BioShock or System Shock. Well, System Shock 2, considering I haven't played the first one. That's really difficult, actually, because they're both really good games, and I kind of like them equally. They're definitely both in the top 5 favorite games for me. But I think I'm gonna have to go with BioShock, simply because, the combat is much more versatile, I feel, in BioShock because you can add a lot of combinations with the plasmids and the weapons and whatnot, and whereas in System Shock 2 you could only pick whether you were weapon based or psionic based, or you're going to do a little bit of hacking and weaponry, that type of thing. And you can't do it all, whereas in Bioshock you can. So I think I like Bioshock a little bit better, but at the same time they're both really good games, and I suggest any fan of Bioshock play System Shock 2, if you can. The next one is, oh god, Joe Baird. I hope I said your name right. 101. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Like I said, I suck at saying names. What do I do when I'm not Let's Playing? School, hang out with friends, listen to music, lots of gaming. I draw. I play a little bit of the violin, not as much as before though, because I used to be in orchestra, but then I dropped it because, I said screw it, orchestra, go eat potatoes. But basically, nothing really exciting, just mostly schoolwork and friends. The next question, oh, this is a funny question, from Forrest Snowfall is, in a fight between Leon Kennedy and the Loch Ness Monster, who would win? If I could read, it would be great. The Loch Ness Monster has a minigun, laser sword, and grenades, and Leon has his typical Resident Evil 4 equipment. Which, this is actually rather tough. I mean, on one hand, it's Nessie, and everybody knows that Nessie is, like, amazing. And because she makes weird noises like woo and things like that. And then, but on the other hand, it's Leon, and Leon, I don't know, I think he did ballet as a child, or now, because if you look at him, he has a very slim body for someone who's supposed to be all buff. I'm like, and I'm not saying like Chris Redfield type either, I'm just saying it's weird looking. So it's like, I don't know, really, because Leon has his amazing kicking abilities and his hair of abilities. Yeah, his hair has abilities, you just didn't know it. And then on the other hand is the Loch Ness Monster. I think that Leon would win because he's the main protagonist, and the main protagonist never dies. Especially in Resident Evil series. Right now I'm trying to think of canon versions where the main characters actually die, and I cannot think of anything, but then again, I haven't played all of them, so what the hell? Game 12 Dude 24, and I think the 12 is supposed to look like an R, so it's Gamer Dude 24, asked, do I have any pets? Yes, I do. I have a kitty. Right, Gabby? Aww. She's a good fuzzy. And then I have 2 hermit crabs. And I also have a turtle, a box turtle. And then I have, well, I don't own him, but he's my brother's, and I help take care of him sometimes. So I consider him mine too because he's cute. I have a ferret too, and he's adorable little ferret. Whoa. Yeah. And those are my pets. And do I speak any other languages besides English? Well, not like advanced fluently, but like basics. I can speak Spanish and German, and I'm teaching myself Mandarin Chinese and Japanese and Italian. Yep.